When I'm walking down the street, people are looking at me. What they see is a masterpiece created by the King. I am different by design, and I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Dare to be you, dare to be me, and dare to be different and unique.
Welcome to Be Inspired with Erica Jefferson, your one-stop shop for inspiration. I'm Erica, your host. I am so pumped, let me tell you, about this new show that Be Inspired will be offering for you. It is all about inspiration, and my goal is to help you make the most of your life, walk in the fullness of the purpose for your life, and get great inspirational interviews and videos and music and things that I know will pump you up and get you to just approach life in a different way. And so that is what this show is all about. I want you to tune in. We will have new episodes at BeInspiredShow.com and also some other shows on Be Inspired TV on demand. So go to the Be Inspired website, BeInspiredShow.com, and you can see all of our latest and greatest episodes. So check out what is coming up on today's show.
Meet the founder of Virtuous Teen Magazine and find out how one idea at the age of 16 changed her life forever. Also, an up-and-coming gospel artist that you don't want to miss. And our Be Inspired Word of the Week. Find out how you could possibly be walking around naked in the best way that you can get dressed. All of that and so much more coming up on today's show. And right now, let's get into our Word of the Week.
All right now, so it's time for us to get into our word, okay? I'm telling you, some of y'all are out there walking around naked, and my goal is to help you get dressed in the armor of God. And so our word right now for this show is Romans 8:28. Romans 8:28 says, all things are working together for the good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Now you may be watching this and say, well, I don't love the Lord yet. Well, keep watching, because I promise by the time I'm done with you, you will love the Lord and you will see firsthand how you can experience the various things that I'm talking about. Now, all things work together for the good. I know it is so easy for us to get all excited and jumping around when things are going great. But it's those times when it's tough, when your marriage isn't working out quite how you thought it would, or maybe you got a bill in the mail that has you balled up in a corner right now crying. Maybe some rude friend had the nerve to say something that was so hurtful to you that you don't know how you'll ever get over it. Well, that is what our verse is about. Romans 8:28 encourages us to understand no matter what it is that you're going through, in spite of what you see, all things are working together for the good. So I'm encouraging you, not because it sounds good, not because I'm super spiritual and I have no emotions. I'm encouraging you with this because I've seen firsthand in my own life how powerful it is and how true that in spite of what you're going through, all things really are working together for the good. So that is our word. I want you to write it down, Romans 8:28. Share it with a friend, pass it along. Put it up somewhere that you can see it often because it is so encouraging, and I hope that it inspires you. All right, so as promised, we have an amazing guest, I believe, today in the Be Inspired Cafe. She is the founder of Virtuous Teen Magazine, and she has also been an inspiration to me. We have her via webcam. So welcome with me into the Be Inspired Cafe, Carli Jean Miller. Carli, how are you doing?
Hello.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. So can you tell us a bit about yourself? Tell us what it is that you do.
Yeah, well, my name is Carli Jean Miller. I started Virtuous Teen Magazine. I started it when I was about 16, which is crazy and awesome at the same time. God gave me the vision for that when I was like 13 years old. To see it come just so far in so short of a time is just really cool. A little bit about me real quick. I love the church. I love coffee. I love sitting down with my friends, watching TV, traveling. I lived in Sydney, Australia for a little bit. I went to Hillsong College, learned a lot there. Love Sydney, love the city. The fact that I live in Kalamazoo, Michigan is kind of funny to me. Who knows where I'll go someday, but right now I am in small town Kalamazoo. So, yeah, a little bit about me.
So Carli, how did Virtuous Teen Magazine get started?
Yeah. Well, like I said, when I was 13, all the girls, we all read fashion magazines when we're growing up, and, 17, all these other cool, these magazines, but I was reading them, and my mom would take them from me, actually, like, when I first got them, and her and my dad would look through them first and rip out pages that I shouldn't be reading as a 13-year-old girl. Because they're giving, advice on sex tips when I'm only 13. Like, I don't need to be knowing about that until a long time, So that they would do that, and in that, I would get so frustrated, not necessarily at them, but I would get so frustrated at the fact that they were putting those things in there, and that it was okay. And so I kind of just took it upon myself, and because of the vision that God put me, and the burden that God had put on my heart about, creating a magazine that girls can get, that their parents don't have to go through it, or if they don't have parents like mine that did do that, they're reading those things, and those things are going into their heart at such a young age, when that's not at all the perspective that they need to hear. So it kind of, so it was almost like out of frustration that I created a Christian fashion magazine that all my friends could read. It wasn't something that they had to be ashamed to look at or read. And so I started in high school when I was 16. I went to like a creative trade school. It's funny because I was the girl in school that loved sports and like loved volleyball. And then I went to this trade school and I learned that I had like a love for, I've always known I have a love for fashion, but for design. And so I started designing it, and it was crazy because it wasn't like I was like, okay, like I'm gonna make this magazine while I'm here. It was more of like I opened up a blank page 40-page document and was like, okay, like here we go. And I started, like, me and my mom, she helped me come up with a name. And then it was like, it was so cool because God brought everyone that needed to be in it to me. I either got their resources on the internet or met people who knew people that would have been awesome in the magazine. And social networking is extremely helpful for this kind of thing as well. And so it was just really cool, and it's been going ever since. And just people, it's one of those things that it's all about the readers. And I don't want to create a magazine that is all about, us, the makers of the magazine. It's about the girls, because the girls are the ones that need those tips. The girls are the ones that need the advice. So having them being featured in it instead of necessarily like people that are really well known, I think that's really cool, because then the girls know it's tangible, and like that they can look like that, they can be like that, and it's what God has for us. So yeah, that's kind of how it got started and everything. So.
Okay, so here that's so encouraging, and I gotta say I had that same feeling with some of the extreme stuff. I have a daughter, and I'm like, I'm not about to let her read some of this stuff. It's crazy. But my question is, I know we see where you're at, and it's so exciting seeing all the amazing things that are going on with you. But did you face any obstacles getting to where you're at? And if you did, what were you able to do to get over those obstacles?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, when I started doing it in high school, because when God gives you a vision in your heart and like a dream, it's hard to translate to people. It's hard to tell people like what your heart is for it. It's hard to tell them like what really God is speaking to you. And sorry. It's hard to tell them that. And so I would tell people this. I was like, I have this dream to have a nationalized fashion Christian magazine. And they would look at me like with blank stares, like, you're only 16. You can't do this. Like, what are you thinking, kind of thing. And so then I started making it, and to see people react in a way where they knew it was God and not me was like the best feeling ever. And then of course, like it takes hard work to do it. Like, it's not like it just all comes together and everyone's on the same page. And no, and you have problems with printers. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how. Recently, this is really interesting. First of all, the devil will try to get you down when, you're trying to do something for him. The devil sees that, and he's not happy with that. So recently, the most recent difficulty I've come in contact with is I save all of the magazines on an external hard drive, And so recently, external hard drive crashed. And so everything that I've ever done with the magazine, articles, pictures, any content I've ever had for it, other than things that I have randomly saved just like on my desktop or on someone else's computer, have completely been erased. And I came to a point where I was like, Lord, like, you know this happened. I need your help. Like, I need your guidance. Is this still what you want me to do? And so it was just a time of, analyzing and just asking and crying out to God, like, Lord, what do you have for this? And just remaining diligent and keep pushing on. Maybe it might not be the time for it, like exponential growth, but it might be time for like the roots to go deep, for growth to happen later. So recently that's been the most interesting difficulty I've come in contact with.
Okay, so Carli, for those that are watching and listening in that want to get in touch with you, they want to follow you, they want to get connected with Virtuous Teen Magazine and support what you're doing, what is the best way for us to do that?
Yeah, well, actually recently we've started to do most everything online, which is really helpful. And we changed, if you have our old website name, delete that from your memory. We have virtuousteen.com. Super simple, virtuousteen.com. You guys can purchase everything there. We have videos up and pictures up, and all of the editions currently are free. The online editions are. But if you want a tangible magazine, there's also a store on there that you can purchase those from. But take advantage of the free ones. I mean, they're free, and you get to see them and look at them and read all the articles, and just like you would a normal magazine, obviously. I mean, you can use it on your iPad or whatever. And then also, if you guys want to follow Virtuous Teen on Twitter, we always tweet. I love because it is about the girls, it's about you guys. We always retweet, reply to you guys, because that's what it's about. It's not about us just putting out. It's about a conversation with you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Carli. Thank you so much for coming into the Be Inspired Cafe. You are definitely a blessing, and I just encourage you to keep doing what it is that you're doing, because you're making a great impact. So thanks, Carli. All right, folks, so I want you to be a part of this show, and by being a part of this show, I'm inviting you to join me on Facebook.com/BeInspiredOnline, all one word, Be Inspired Online, or hit us up on Twitter at BeInspired247. I want to hear from you. I'm going to be highlighting our favorite fan quotes and statuses and all that great stuff on this show. And as promised as well, we have an up-and-coming gospel artist on today's show. Her name is Deshanta Key, and I want you to check out a YouTube clip from her. This girl can sing with the A in it, y'all. She can sing, so check out, and I want to hear your thoughts on what you think about Deshanta.
This is a song for every girl who's ever been through something she thought she couldn't make it through. I sing these words because I was that girl too, wanted something better than this, but who do I turn to? Now we're moving from the darkness into the light. This is the defining moment of our life. Ooh, yeah. 'Cause you're beautiful like a flower, more valuable than a diamond. You are powerful like a fire. You can heal the world with your mind. There is nothing in the world that you cannot do. When you believe in you,
is a song for every girl who feels that she is not special, cause she don't look like a supermodel Coke bottle. The next time the radio tells you to shake your money maker, shake your head and tell them you're a leader. Now we're moving from the darkness into the light. This is the defining moment of our life, yeah. Cause you're beautiful like a flower, more valuable than a diamond. You are powerful like a fire. You can heal.
Didn't I tell you she could sing? Oh, I love it. Now, if you are a singer, a musician, maybe you do poetry and you think that your video should be on the show, send your video clips to info@beinspired-online.com. We would love to hear from you and see all the amazing things that you're doing. Also, don't forget to go to beinspiredshow.com. If you have a company or a ministry or something that you think the Be Inspired viewers and readers should be a part of, then post an ad in our Be Inspired classified section. Also, the Be Inspired online magazine. So many great sections we talk about. Inspire your mind, inspire your body, inspire your spirit. Let's see, we have wonderful articles on fitness, health, nutrition, spiritual things, prayer, encouragement, so much stuff. So you've got to get your copy of the Be Inspired magazine. There are a lot of things going on right now as well. The TV on demand with the latest and greatest inspirational television shows on Be Inspired TV. So much stuff happening, and I want you to be a part of it. So go to beinspiredshow.com to check out all of that great stuff. That is our show for the day. Remember, make the most of the life you're living. Maximize the life you're given. Be inspired and have a blessed and productive day. I'm Erica Jefferson, and I can't wait to see you next time.